My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2! It is Lazarus League and Awoken with Bogworm's Growth. Permanently gain 1 additional capacity to a random floor after each battle. Hell yeah, probably not going to need capacity runes at all this run. What do we got for changes to these clans? Lazarus League and Awoken? Awoken we went through before, bunch of buffs. But is Lazarus League much? Yeah, okay. Lazarus League has had a couple of changes. I think this is the last clan that I haven't played since the changes. Baron Grail was changed a little bit, but not relevant to this run. I will only note that it scales a lot better. Baron Grail scales a lot better on the Learning Limb, which was the underwhelming path of buffing attached equipment. It's Alive has gotten reduced in terms of its damage, plus 10 attack and lifesteal to 7 attack and lifesteal. It's just so good. Organ Harvester now costs 2. The equipment that gives you Slay, Gain, Reanimate. Pin Cushion now starts as a 12-12 rather than a 6-6. And Test Subject Alpha, the unit with Quick and Sweep, is now a 3-mana unit. Makes sense. Alright, Seraph Turnus, Chosen of Savagery is here. I guess I'm hoping to find that same unit. 2 copies of Explosive Reaction for helping to deal with the backline. 2 Ember, apply Unstable 25, deal 5 damage. 2 copies of Sharpen, interesting. 2 Ember to apply 6 damage rather, and 6 spikes to a unit. And Awoken Hollow, 1 Ember's 3 size. Summon, gain 60 max health. Rejuvenate, Cultivate 3. A little hard to... Oh, well, I was about to say a little hard to hit the Rejuvenate triggers unless we have the Restores in the deck, but we do. So it's pretty easy to throw a Reki directly behind Awoken Hollow and do like an incant line right now. Like that's what the deck is kind of begging me for. Let's look at the artifact first. First time each turn a friendly unit is equipped, gain an energy. I think that's probably more impactful than taking Hair of the Hybrid here. Equipping friendly unit onto half health applies rage, armor 10 or rage 5. Yeah, no. Friends Aesthesia, thank you. So there's a new card for Lazarus League, which is extremely unstable mixing. I can't remember exactly what its name is. Let's have a quick look. Actually, it's probably not even going to show up because I've literally never seen the card. Yeah, there it is. It is mix 5 times. It's like an advanced mixology. I really like the idea of trying to make a Mixes and Brew deck work. But the thing is, what are Mixes and Brew? They're a way to give buffs to units. Because none of these say when you mix, or when you play a potion, or an infusion, or anything like that. None of them care about it. So, the concoctions are not their own payoff. Or rather, they must be their own payoff because they don't have a secondary one. I've still never seen the 3rd line of Brewmaster. I'm really trying to argue for going Mad Scientist here, but I'm not going to do it. I'll take my Brewmaster and I'll like it, damn it. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor, whatever. Admittedly, this will be a little annoying, but whatever. Oh, hold up. That was fishing for unstable. Was the other the sap line? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, I'll go unstable. Unstable 5, deal 4 damage. Boom! Take out that whole line for us, thank you. Gotta play the restores when I can. Explosive Reaction takes out that top line now. I'm going to have to send the Fallen Champion up to the top. I don't think I can do anything about that. Not going to let the shield bearer get off that next floor. Welcome to the top, buddy. If I had to take 4 damage to get through that fight, it could be worse. Oh, hell yeah. I would absolutely love to have some assistance here. Sanguine Assistant, grant Vampire's Tooth. Give lifesteal every turn. The Awoken Hollow would love lifesteal every turn. Twist Assistant, Trample and Strike gain Rage. Also really good. Merchant of Magic Lazarus, then Merchant of Steel Lazarus seems like probably our go. We could go Merchant of Steel Awoken and then Merchant of Arms if I really wanted to. Take the Sanguine Assistant first. Wildwood Sap. Really good way to start off a hollow. Razor Sharp Edge is also just huge damage. Really hard to ignore that. Glimmer a little more AoE. Not bad, but in a world where I already have access to spikes and unstable, not as important. I'm going to do Wildwood Sap to start off with here. I think I will try and commit to the Merchant of Arms line. Excuse me. Titanite Largestone. Intriguing. Husk Hermit. 1 Ember, 2 Size. Sweep. On Revenge. Gain 3 additional damage. I'm going to take a Husk Hermit. I'm going to give you Titanite. And a Large Stone. And guess who's going on the bottom floor now? With the Sanguine Assistant. Strength Zone, plus 14 damage. Look, I could throw that on someone. Do I throw it on a Spear Steward just in case? Yeah. I'm gonna do it just in case I get a Steward's Quarters in the next area, and I really care about having that. You Bogworms the top line? Intriguing. There we go with the Sanguine Assist. Actually, I can defend the top line with that. There we go with the Sanguine Assistant. That equipment's going to come down to the bottom line, permanently keeping the Husk Hermit's health high enough. I mean, its health already is high enough, courtesy of the fact that it was going to win even without any other modifications. Still good to see, though. All right. Let him get it. There's our Twisted Assistant. Trample, Strike, gain Rage. Yeah, I want that. Giving a Trample and Strike trigger to someone who has Sweep makes them really powerful. So if I can find a different way to support the health of the Husk Hermit and then just give the lifesteal back to the Awoken Hollow, I think we'll be pretty happy about that. I guess there's also an argument for Potion Kit. Throw that on pretty much any unit. Is the bottom line really going to need that much more? You should be able to do all of my sweeping pretty easily. Which basically just leaves big frontliners. Which Twisted Back would help against because it would help us scale a lot higher. I guess the reason I care about the potion kit is so that I can try and create a very big potion that isn't a thing I care about. Stealing Hearts of 4/4 for a unit, Wildwood Sap or Sting. Give me a single Stealing Hearts. Heal up the Pyre and check. Ooh. Oh, why do they have to be runes? Exalt Diadem, -2 to size. Cannot reduce size below 1, though. Boiler Room, additional energy. When a unit dies, obviously incredible. Electricity Chamber, friendly units gain spikes 8 on summon and reanimated. I would love this to be really good. I would really need a unit that has a huge amount of reanimated on first. However, a deployable Boiler Room is going to be incredible for us. So, 4 deployment Ember, 1, 2, 3. I mean, Exile's Diadem won't really change that math at all. Makes it slightly easier for me to throw something on the same line as the Awoken Hollow Areki, but given that I just got the Twisted Assistant and Sanguine Assistant, what? I'm going to another Awoken banner in 2 lines' time, possibly? I'll take a Diadem in advance of that, sure. Don't feel good about it, though. Yo. A minion upgrade for our Hermit. It's already super upgraded. Adds melee weakness 1 or... and spell weakness 1 on strike to all enemies. Summons a friendly unit from your deck when summoned, or plus 10 damage on strike, apply corruption 20. I think we just ultra buff the Hermit. That corruption 20 is going to do incredible work in relentless phases, especially. Archeon pushes units to the back, which doesn't matter when we don't care where our units are, because the Hermit just goes there and is fine. Also, I'll happily let you move Areki once. Just enough to get all the kills on the bottom line. I'll block with a Twist Assistant for the second. And also, summoning an Assistant is summoning a unit and immediately equipping an equipment to them. So Frennesthesia triggers, making that a free summon. Only 1 per turn, though. Start us out. Explosive reaction, then throw the trample immediately on the Hermit so that you can start benefiting from the strike gain rage. That opens up the space for the Spear Student on that floor as well. Do I care about Sharpen? Yeah, that's completely fine. Or the top floor, actually, because I don't want to slay enemies before I get to hit them. Oh, sick. Just so happen to draw both calcified embers on this turn when I have all the energy to summon them, courtesy of our boiler room bottom line. That boiler room already being on bottom line is going to be so helpful. Basically means I don't have to worry about energy at all. And I also don't have to worry about capacity at all because of Bulkworm's growth. So I think we're finally... I think it has literally been like 20 runs or something at this point. I know the meme doesn't trend this way, but I've been trying to be really responsible about when I choose draw gems and also how I speak about draw gems. I'm going to give that a break for just a second to say I finally have a run where I can really definitely 100% justify taking 2 draw gems. There's like no other logical choice in my mind. Woohoo. Glad to be here. Exiles Diadem will get a Sanguine Assistant to take the hit on that top. More sap. Some melee weakness. More sap. I mean, with that much damage already on the Husk Hermit, maybe it's now time to go for a Vampire's Tooth. Pivot into damage for a second. Or, sorry, pivot into health. Guess I can also jump block for you. Keep them sapping. Nice. Adaptive Mutation. Restore friendly unit to full health and then swap their attack and damage? Attack and damage. Sorry, their attack and health? Once we gain enough rage on the Husk Hermit, it's decent there, but that's a while into the fight. Scrap of Arts, consume, sacrifice a unit, then draw a unit, and add 40 additional damage and 0 cost to it. I mean, as long as I have a Shield Steward to sack, sure. And Combustion Suit, I mean, completely fine for the bottom line, but completely fine pretty much anywhere. I'm gonna take Combustion Suit just because it'll always be good. Like, yeah, Animus of Will, Combustion Suit, bottom line. Sounds great to me. Hello, my beloved draw gem. It is lovely to see. Empyrean Well. Empyrean Well. Maybe it's Merchant of Trinkets, but I feel like the trinket selection from this clan is kind of haute garbage. But am I going to be dodging both of the Merchants of Trinkets? I suspect not. It's just Merchant of Magic doesn't have that much value for me right now. Like, the cards it can really enhance are cards I don't especially care about deeply. Like, I can reduce the cost of things. I can put Wildwood Sap in the opening hand. I can have a holdover Steel Enhancer, sure. None of those are really going to change my fortunes that much. All right. Show me what you can do. End of turn, unstable increases by 5. Gnarled Root, friendly units get +1 damage per stack of spikes. Or Wing Clipping. Spell cards have a 50% chance to be discarded instead of consumed if they do consume. Not interested in any of these. I'm going to take a roll. Equipping a unit restores them to full health is pretty good here. Alright, Celestial Alcove, redeem this side. At the end of battle, gain 100 gold. Not awful. Leaky Pen, -1 energy per turn, draw 2 additional cards per turn. Oh, wow. Wallow's Bloodletter. Friendly units gain 12 damage, and they all get dealt 1 damage on turn. Yeah, I'm 100% doing that Leaky Pen. Let's go. Let us go, actually. medium concoction. Bruised twice, I imagine. Ask Hermit. Woken Hollow, a Reki. Boiler Room, and then I summon an Animus of Will on the bottom line when I can. I'd love to avoid getting all of that corruption directly on the shield suit immediately. Spiking the rage for the Husk Hermit could be relevant. Hey, Exiles Diadem just for a full heal on Awoken Hollow. Sounds good to me. I also think Combustion Suit on the bottom line is going to do a lot of work. Unfortunately, going to have to throw Shield Suit on the bottom line. Otherwise, again, I end up with way too much corruption. Twist Assistant mid. Really want to drop Animus of Will right there, but I don't get an opportunity right now. Throw you on the top line, I guess. Twisted back is going to be the best scaling I can offer to the bottom line. Sap. I'm going to start preparing for the boss with the ingredients. Just as much sap as I can have, thank you. Diadem already healed you, and I've already overstacked the top floor, so Woken Hollow, you can now take the vampires too. I'm never going to care about Rooted, because in the Relentless phase, it just doesn't trigger. I suspect far and away the strongest thing I can do here is going to be, oh wow, amping to 4 melee weakness on the Enfeebling Infusion. Yeah, that'll do it. Insatiable Hunger. Friendly units gain lifesteal too. Not a bad way to heal the bottom line without having to throw the lifesteal down there. Acid Shower. No. Insatiable Hunger immediately fixes the main problem I have. Wow. Pyagro. 0 energy consumed. Draw -2 cards next turn. So it balances out the Leaky Pen for a single turn. And then you gain 1 additional energy every turn for the rest of the battle. Yes, please. God, now I've got so much money. Merchant of Arms is feeling like an even worse idea. What do I want to put in my opening hand? I have so much equipment. I already got all of that stuff. Do I want another Awoken unit? Probably not. Alright, let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. On deployment phase, draw a room card from... Oh, no. The Boiler Room. Damn it. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Unfortunately, the unit that would most benefit from that already has 3 upgrades. Crown of the Eternal. Fully healed champions at the start of the turn. Not that relevant for us. I think I either take Dante's Footstool and path in... There's a Merchant of Steel in all of the next 3 lines. What are the odds that I want the Merchant of Steel at the very end rather than a Merchant of Arms? Low. I'm going to take a Dante's Footstool. Yo! Echo Bolt! Hello! New card. 2 Ember. At the end of your turn, the last spell played on this floor is played again. Dante's Footstool will immediately pull that out. That'll double trigger Pyagro. It'll double trigger... It's not good right now, but it is cool. Old Growth, honestly not that good. Stasis Crystal on the Animus of Will could happen, but no, we're doing Echo Room. Removing cards from the deck. Definitely get a single Spear Steward, single Shield Steward out of the deck now. We're beyond the point where I would really pivot in the direction of a Steward's Quarters. Give him Reanimate. See if I care. That's just more Ember for me, buddy. Echo. Hilarious. Right. Then Echo Vault, Awoken Hollow, Iraqi. So it's the last spell played on this floor will be played again. That's such a cool effect. Some of the Twist Assistant. Yeah, you know what? Just drop Vengeful Shard, Wildwood Sap. Pull out a bunch of regen for us. Does it play it against the same target as well? Because that seemed to be showing that it was definitely going to be playing it against the same target, which makes it so much better if that is the case. Let's drop the Calcified Ember and then a Secret Ingredient on top. Oh, sure, let's start collecting some Reanimate. Sick. Okay, I gotta make sure Pyagro is the last spell I play on the top line this turn. Hold up. I just realized something. I can give 2 Reanimate to that Collector. I should try and find a way to kill that Collector 3 times. Interesting. When you roll back a turn and you've got the Echo Bolt, you re-get to do any selections related to that? Very interesting. I actually don't know how I would take that down multiple times now. Boy howdy. Ain't this a pretty pickle? So Sharpen was the last card I played. I'd get 12 spikes on the Awoken Hollow, which means the enemy does 12 to themselves. I do 15 and another 12 to you. So 24, 15, 39. 20 from Corruption takes it up to 59. 51, Areki slays. guess if I put a Sanguine Assistant in the back line... I just don't think I can kill it multiple times. Like, if I do that, we get double spikes. That'll trigger at end of turn. No, we're just getting the collector once. I think I keep overcomplicating this, trying to get something I can't. I'd love to hear about any line that anyone's devised for collecting it multiple times. I would be hoping to give it the reanimate from Madman Infusion and then kill it multiple times over. Hold up. We've got Cultivate triggers going on the top line. Is that going to be enough? Let's first care about that. So, Diadem, restore. Sharpen takes down front line. Yeah, no, at this point it's just... Oh my god, Sanguine Assistant doesn't even manage to get down. Seriously? I can't even collect it at all? I have to wait until end of turn for you to die to your corruption. After your reanimate. It's like a difference of 75 or 100 gold right now. Like, it matters. Actually, I know I've redone this turn so many times, but spikes. If I took the spikes, and then if I committed to casting it on my own units rather than trying to get cheeky additional stuff going on, what kind of world could we affect? Like, no change. All right. I'm going to try one very last thing, and if it doesn't work, I'll stop. I'll take spikes. We show Sanguine Assistant to the back. After Diadem, restore, Sanguine Assistant. Now, if I sharpen you, and then on turn end you were trying to sharpen again, no, that also wouldn't get it. Well, so it'll be then. The double Pyagro at end of turn. Accidentally used an explosive reaction on my own and woken Hollow top line. Oops, oops, oops. It happens. like some more lifesteal, thank you. %, unnecessary, but I will take the rest of these secret ingredients because I drew so many of them on the same turn, it'd just be rude not to. Big ol' Goliath infusion. Nice. Faulty Body. Add Fragile and Spike Sporty to a friendly unit. I don't have anyone who can really take advantage of that, unfortunately. Second Insatiable Hunger. Maybe that's a right amount for this deck, actually. I'll take a second one. Endgraft. Preserve Thorns, that's going to be way too much card draw. Restoring Retreat. Yeah, I'll take Endgraft, sure. Merchant of Steel. I will say there are definitely things a Merchant of Steel could do for me. Sure, the Husk Hermit is, you know, the most powerful unit at the moment, the most relevant, but like, a Working Hollow and Animus of Will need a little help too. That said, our spells are probably much more impactful, given that we're double playing them a lot of the time. I don't need to remove Consume from Pyagro. Permanently remove Consume and then reduce its cost. Or I could reduce the cost of something and then remove Consume from that. That could be fun. Sure. I'll do that on a Sharpen. Why not? Pyagro doesn't need to be spell chained. Double stack definitely wants to go on Insatiable Hunger. -1 cost goes on Engraft. Spell chain. I'll give it to Steel Enhancer, but I'm not thrilled about it. +20 in Consume. That realistically could go on a Restore. There's no great reason for it not to. I really don't know which of these is most impactful for us at the moment. I gotta say, I'd be clicking whatever gave me card draw if there was that. This is draw next turn. That's not the same value to me. I mean, at the end of turn last one. Well, I mean, actually, I can have a second floor with an Echo Vault on it. Just split my spellcast across those floors. One of those floors is casting secret ingredients, the other floor is casting buff spells. Seems great. We'll do that. Wait, did I cast him on the wrong floor? I have an Echo Vault on the top floor. That's where we cast our spells, dang it. Our spells, Gromit. Right. Understand now. Didn't happen because we didn't cast any spells on that top floor. Which means I will now decide to cast the spells on the top floor instead. Eh? The infusion is not considered a spell for the sake of the Echo Vault, evidently. How dare you? Sanguine Assistant summons its own cost away. That explosive reaction does a decent amount of damage for us. Engraft on the top floor. That'll happen at the end of the turn as well. I'm gonna need that because these Chosen Bastions, Guard Sentinel both need to get killed somehow. Some better scaling for the top floor seems the best way to do that right now. Some insatiable hunger up there. Vampire Soothe would full heal, as well as get you to full heal at the end of the turn again. Drop Spear Steward and then just double Vengeful Shard for the bottom line. Chosen Bastion's still certainly a problem. Yeah, not entirely certain how we are going to deal with that on the top floor. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Exalts Diadem for reducing size, not relevant. On strike, apply Unstable 5 to all enemy units. You strike 3 times, you strike 5 times. But you could get Trample and Rage. Titan skin, it's so much. Okay, double unstable on that top line will get it through. Sadly, I only get to play Pyro once, but do what you gotta. Actually, I guess double unstable concoction is enough for the... Not unstable concoction. Where are you? Explosive reaction, there we go. Because the Chosen Bastion's health is all armor, they only have 50 actual health, so double casting it already kills it. Nice. Nifty solution. Finally. I really want the Twisted Assistant dead. There There we go. Echo Vault 2 finally up. I'll even cast a secret ingredient next to it. More sap. Guess Twisted back for the bottom line probably makes the most sense. Do Sharpen afterwards, and then end the turn. Secret ingredient recurs, giving us a sap. Hey! Okay, there we go. Right, it's going line by line. Next secret ingredient gives us sap again. Gotta keep it going. All the way through to taking 16 damage directly off of the boss and giving you 5 melee weakness. So you take 6 times damage from the next hit. Nice. Whack. Woken Rail Spike. X cost consume, draw X, and apply -1 cost to those cards. Cannot draw additional cards this turn. It's still definitely the right choice. Cannot draw additional cards this turn. But what if I end my turn? Does that count? Double-Edged Bearer, allowing us to give multi-strike to a unit. Obviously pretty good, but not compared to what I already have. Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Magic. I will say steel for additional health on the Awoken Hollow really does seem important to me, especially as we get up towards the Seraphite. Was I doing a Merchant of Arms at the end? I think originally I was planning on doing Merchant of Arms at the end, but I got 3 room cards at this point. I got enough equipment cards courtesy of my assistants and stuff like that. So I guess I'm going steel at the very end, which means I'm going magic now. Why? Why must you do this to me? You would have been so good. You could have been a contender. You could have been somebody. A Woken Rail Spike with Spell Chain's obviously not going to do anything for us. Can't draw any additional cards a turn. I mean, that's pretty funny. Just Iron Tongue on the Animus of Will. Yep. Holy Stone on a Woken Rail Spike. If I was missing more health, I might do that, but I'm not, so I won't. This is way too much, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to Spell Chain Pyagro just so I can play it on 2 different floors. And see if I can play it 4 times in a turn, draw no cards next turn. Holdover? I mean, I'm going to remove Consume from the Awoken Rail Spike, 100%. I'm also going to give it Holdover. You know what? If I can't do it again this turn, I'll do it next turn, damn it. Cards that I need to make sure are always castable. Can cop another upgrade, plus 10 magic power. Honestly, not relevant to anything. I think there's a good argument that it's time to just purge another card and walk away. Huge concoction! Mix 3 times! I'll have to pay for this, but it'll be fine. Damage shield. Damage shield. Sick. So 2 damage shield means you will actually survive already. And that's even without the additional play at the end of the turn. I mean, I could just throw Animus of Will on the top line, and no one's going to be sad about that. Especially because the Ragewing Assassins will kill the Animus of Will pretty quickly, so in fact there's no good reason to do anything except for that. Take out the whole next line immediately, and follow up with some more steel enhancements. Insatiable Hunger for 4 lifesteal on Husker, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, your next attack consumes almost all of it. 1 on each strike, rather than 1 on each attack. I could be wrong about that, though, and I deeply hope that I am. That's 3 Pyagros played on the top line. I mean, that's what you want to draw. Awoken Rail Spike with Holdover. Draws me 6 cards. Awoken Rail Spike being cast again at the end of the turn isn't going to help me, so I'll go for the heal. Yeah, I'm not scaling my damage high enough to deal with these big guys. I mean, Twisted Tooth and Twisted Back as soon as I can get them. Sadly, a lot too much damage taken in instances there. Okay. Looking a lot better. Yeah, that melee weakness will keep you down. Him 10 additional health on midline. It's not enough to save you unless I also throw a Wildwood Sap in. Fine. And then Woken Rail Spike on the bottom line. Also have that many cards. You're currently playing another Restore, which is fine. Do I need to get lifesteal to that floor? No. Yeah. Losing all of the lifesteal on the bottom line just for a single hit. Oof. Oh well, it happens. It was a Steel Enhancer I was replaying there, eh? So be it. Love starting to draw me 0 costs as well as the Awoken Rail Spike again. Hang on, did that massively spike down the damage that the backline is taking up there? Oh, no, it spiked it up. We're okay. It was very suspicious. I even know exactly what I'm going to draw. I suspect part of what I'm going to end up having to do is just throw another explosive reaction on the top line. Let that be the thing that doubles up. Top line's going okay again. Huge news. Don't need to double cast that against you, Amalgam, so I will start generating sap on this floor instead. I don't need that much lifesteal for the top floor either. So I guess we'll dupe Sharpen. Areki was sewing their ability ready for a second, and then I guess chickened out, got shy. It is genuinely hilarious to me that we're getting so close to a Thane dead. Boy. I think if I just ultra pile on the enfeebling infusion, it'll end up being enough to save us. Just truly as much sap as is humanly possible. Hell yeah. They literally all hit sap constantly. Incredible. Big sap the boss and that'll do it. I could also play for lifesteal, but honestly, it's probably not really going to change the outcome. Or if it does, it'll change it to the negative. Remove equipment from a unit, apply plus 30 damage. Admittedly not awful. I'd want more consistent equipment if I do that, though. Slay gain reanimate. Which, realistically, the Hermit could just have so much reanimate that it can never actually die. But that would slow down its damage scaling, which is what we really need to focus on at the moment. I'll skip. Engraft's really good for getting energy back after I play the Awoken Rail Spike. Merchant of Trinkets. Offering me a volatile gauge now? After I've already completely mitigated the draw and energy costs? No, thank you. Thorn Casing, Petrified Crucible, certainly not interesting to me either. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Wow. Irrelevant here. So is Trials give you extra money, and Sting spells gain 20 additional magic power. Great. Tough combination. Make a unit endless. No, it won't come back with its grafts. Large Stone the Animus of Will, just to make you a lot healthier to start with. Actually, I'll Large Stone the Woken Hollow. Animus of Will, you can have plus 14 damage. Let's reroll. Dualism on Animus of Will for doubling the corruption applied? Specifically by the unstable suit, the equipment we put on them, because it doubles the triggers on the equipment as well. Use size to 1. Look, I could do that with the Awoken Hollow. It won't really be changing anything. It's a really underwhelming floor, unfortunately. A lot of these cards are so low value. I'm gonna cut the Spear Steward just because I can, and a Restore. Smidgestone the Awoken Hollow. I have so many new removals I could hit. Like, do I want to remove Explosive Reaction? I don't have Quick as well for the Animus of Will, so Iron Tongue seems a lot less relevant for a bottom line sweeper. I'm gonna remove an Iron Tongue, I guess. The secret ingredients giving us overwhelming value is really important, so I don't think I need that many restores versus anything else. Seraph Eternus. Heavily cutting the deck there should make everything run a lot smoother. Start by mixing up potion, see if I can get damage shield from this. That'll do it. That's enough to keep our Awoken Hollow alive, as well as doing the damage it needs to do. Combustion Suit. I mean, as much as I wanted that on a different unit, that's not really going to be relevant here. I think Combustion Suit for the bottom line makes sense. Definitely want to play the Awoken Railspike this turn as well. So we'll double Pyagro on the top line, and then just Awoken Railspike wherever else. Ooh. Yeah, I do want the Pyagro to be played again at the end of the turn. That'll get that done. As long as I know one of the cards I'm drawing is the Awoken Railspike, makes all my decisions about what to do so much easier. Oh, hell yeah, this is so cool. So, Sanguine Assistant. I'll play you on the bottom floor. You'll die, but you'll give me energy to play a Echo Vault on the second floor. And then an Infusion. not letting an Avowed Gladiator go to the top line with the... Well, like, realistically, you have much less damage than that because you're only being enchanted at the moment, but still. Love to prevent you from going up to the top line with all that. Working Rouse Blank. Show us the meaning. Diadem for the hollow, maybe? I don't know, I'm thinking maybe Diadem for a Reki and then Vampire's Tooth just to keep the health on Awoken Hollow up. It's like your ability keeps going on and off cooldown quickly. Alright, I'll apply Rooted so that I can keep the Avowed Gladiator here for another round. Just enough to take him out in time, hell yeah. Madman Infusion's probably the way you need to go. Combustion Suit is okay for sending units up with the 20 unstable, but a lot better than that will be some scaling, trample, rage damage. It won't be better right now, but it will be better in the future. In the regen first. There we go. Start a sap line, and then I can start mixing that sap line, especially so that I can get a single rooted is all I need. I don't need to add additional lifesteal to the top floor, right? I think not. I use this opportunity to do even more secret ingredients. Bottom line is just surviving. Getting back strong, though. Let's get some additional rage and damage shield for this line so that I can start concocting something else. Fortunately, I don't get the ability to root any of these enemies. Terrifying Amalgam just going up by itself is very fine, though. Okay, as long as it only fights us for 1 turn, we can survive that. And yes, we're taking out the 500/500s much more comfortably now. That's really important. Don't need to fish for anything but damage this time. Great Awoken Rail Spike. Hit another Restore, and even more Insatiable Hunger to keep the bottom line safe. And get him. Yeah. Can't stop that Resolve trigger, though. Damn, we get down to 4 health before we really get to respond. Bottom line's gonna have difficulty. I think I might need to give you a bunch of additional health and support now. Although, sapping the boss enough will certainly help. Absolutely additional lifesteal will help too. Shard, Dominion's Eye, and back to the Engraph train. So, a bit more melee weakness. We'll fish for those again at the end of the turn. I think what I need most is lifesteal, so I'm gonna have to throw my big effect at the enemy. Also pulling out, there we go. Rage, damage shields, damage shields. Is that gonna be enough? Almost. Okay, there we go. Drawing immediately into lifesteal and lifesteal. That'll cover us. And bottom line wins. Now it's just the Titans. With 46 health, I do think I'm pretty good against that. I think I'll just be able to generate enough value in that fight as well to keep myself comfortable. Ugh, I didn't think about that, though. Going down to 36 health is a lot worse. I can throw saps at Dominion at least to prevent the 3 per turn. All right, let's get him. Should not be a problem whatsoever. Especially the earlier that I can get scaling damage on the Husk Helmet for the bottom line. Oh, hell yeah. Animus of Will immediately, and Diadem. Guess I'll DM for top line. Animus of Will. Engrot's up there as well. Hit him with a Sharpen. Gonna Awoken Rail Spike on a different floor so that I get the double Sharpen trigger. And heck, should I start sapping the Dominion right now? I think so. Insatiable Hunger is incredibly important for that bottom line there. I need to play Twisted Assistant. Engrot plays itself free, as well as plays itself at the end of the turn. Actually, if I'm going to play anything at the end of the turn, maybe it should just be Pyrelight. Yeah. Dupe that. Seven, then Chosen Assassin's going to do so much damage. I'm pretty sure even like Combustion Suit, Stealing Heart. No, Stealing Hearts at number 2 does save the Animus of Will. Okay, we're good enough. Leave that bottom line as it is. I do want to double up on the regen, especially. I can double Pyrelight any turn that I need. I don't need to do that right now. Great. Actually being able to draw the Awoken Rail Spike with a serious amount of energy left over is huge here. Lifesteal saves us from the corruption on the bottom line, but not for long. Looking for Rage Divine Shield. Sorry, Damage Shield, rather. You'll full heal when I give you a piece of equipment, which... with a reasonable draw next turn, I should be able to already do. Get that damage shield just so I can try and stay alive for a bit. Lifesteal to heal up. It definitely seems like Savagery and Entropy are going to be the ones that take us the longest here, even despite the unstable and corruption stacks they're building, because we're not doing multi-strike on the bottom line, so it's not building that fast. Which makes it feel like Pyrelight is probably not an important play for me. think I should start another sap potion at this point. Vampire's Tooth heals the top line. Unfortunately, I have to play those. Savagery. Oh boy. It's just getting worse and worse. Damage shield and lifesteal, both pretty important. Good way to get the Husk Hermit full healed here. Well, full-ish healed, I guess. Okay, there we go. It's the drawing back to the insatiable hungers consistently that I'm really looking for. I guess as well as successfully pulling out a bunch of regen here. Reanimate will matter. Gotta try and keep Yana's will attacking despite the giant sap on him. Keep infusing. Gen 14, reanimate 5 certainly seems like a good oh heck button. Press in case of sudden emergency button. The 54 corruption's certainly hurting us at this point. It's time to fish for nice. Damage shield and lifesteal, please. About 2/3 of the way through Entropy, about 1/3 of the way through Savagery, and Dominion's definitely dying first. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, not thrilled about that 5 additional pyre damage, though. I mean, the same... We'll use all of the lifesteal with a single attack anyway, so I may as well just use the lower amount of lifesteal for that floor. Let's do some more damage shields to our top line, saving you from death. Whoa. Let's get the Chosen Herald to die on that bottom line. Yeah, Entropy's done. It's just up to Savagery now. Do 500 additional damage. The main problem here is the 5 additional damage I'll take next floor when Dominion's ascending. Or when Dominion's... when Savagery's ascending and Dominion's fully attacking again. So I'm going to try and fish for... saps. The goal being to use a secret ingredient until, there we go, I see a sap, and then I'll pull out... Hang on, you can't be rooted, right? Immune to rooted, yeah. That's enough sap to prevent Dominion from interacting again. Five damage next floor when Savagery ascends. God. It's really... Yeah, it's the additional reanimates on the bottom line that are being consumed now. That's telling us that we don't have much time left. I'd love to ascend that Savagery if I could. He's gonna reanimate. Currently taking 5 damage at the end of this turn. We got 2 more rounds. Top line, mid line. I think we're okay, but it's gonna be so damn close that I'm really stressed about it. Melee weakness is really important here, actually, as a way for us to start whittling additional health off of Savagery. Like, top line, it'll be, you know, another 170 damage, which is very relevant right now. Bottom line needs to still be there by the time we use it. Come on. Taking no damage at the end of this round. We're all okay on that. Do I even have the ability to save our top line? I suspect the answer is no, but let me exhaust all relevant possibilities first. Oh, never mind. It looks like, in fact, that gives us enough damage to be killing savagery on top line. Yes, of course, because you have 290 unstable, so I only need to get you below that limit and then you will be done. Damn. GG, buddy. This is 100% the Echo Vault run. This is just Echo Vaults casting so many additional spells and giving us so much additional energy from the Pyagro, having 10 cards drawn every turn. It's 5 by base, 2 from the Limbo Solace each, or rather 2 from both of the Limbo Solace, and then 2 from the Leaky Pen, takes us up to 9, and then we draw an additional card, or rather generate an additional card every turn with Dominion. Endgraft sometimes takes us over that limit as well. This was great. I'm very glad that I got to use the new Husk Hermit. Immediately put it at the front of a line, immediately give it Titanite. I wish I'd supported its health a little better than this, though. I really feel like it could have been way overkill. And instead, we win by 2. Well, squeakers count, though. Squeakers count. Oh, imagine that with the, although I wouldn't have, obviously, also been able to have it on the consume remove holdover version, but imagine the Awoken Rail Spike with the... Actually, if I got additional health from the Awoken Rail Spike... I wonder if that would have been worse, because I was playing effectively 2 turns every turn by using the Rail Spike to draw a whole new hand and then play all of them. Nice. Unfortunately, I only gilded a single card there, but I now have a new personal record of corruption applied. You can hardly be mad at that, though. Also, Awoken Rail Spike every single turn on holdover. I feel like this is going to be the new way that I use the Awoken Rail Spike. Sure, it's not going to do the infinites as easily anymore, but this is still a ridiculous amount of value. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming parts, the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. So I put the thank you and special thanks this episode to Matthew. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.